serially. 24 CR 1311 is called Jordan Emmanuel Dale. That's you, sir?
Yes, sir. Jordan, here.
What are we doing?
It's he's pleading true and to some of the allegations. And
Is there an agreement?
There's no agreement.
Oh, okay.
The agreement we had is that he was pleading to the substantive offense.
Yes.
Because I called off my witnesses.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The defendant is present in this cause number 24 CR 1311, and his attorney, Mr. West, is present, and the state's attorney. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of this motion to revoke unadjudicated probation? Can we proceed in summary?
Yes, Your Honor.
And sir, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that any statement you make during this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Lower your hand, sir. In summary, this motion to revoke unadjudicated probation states that on August 29th, 2024, that would be a year ago, over a year ago, that in this court, criminal district court, you were placed on 10 years deferred or unadjudicated probation for the third degree felony of engaging in organized activity. Allegation 1 states you committed the offense of unlawful use of a motor vehicle on or about January 2nd, 2025 in Harris County, Texas, which was a violation of condition 1 of your deferred or unadjudicated probation order, which states that you shall commit no offenses against the laws of this state or any other state or of the United States. Is this allegation true as it is alleged?
Yes, sir.
Are you pleading true to it voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently, and based upon discussions with your attorney?
Voluntarily.
Did you discuss this with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
And this is your choice.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that a knowing and voluntarily made plea of true to one or more violations of probation, that's enough to grant the motion to revoke probation by a preponderance of the evidence or greater? Your probation can be revoked. You can now be found guilty and sentenced to no less than 2, no more than 10 years confinement in prison.
Yes, sir.
Knowing that, do you insist on pleading true to that?
Yes, sir.
I find you are pleading true voluntarily. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading true to this motion to revoke probation.
Yes, sir.
All right. There is no agreement, right?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Then the defense can go first. What do you suggest we do?
Your Honor, if it's okay, I'll just call him as a witness and we'll try the way. Okay, Jordan.
He's already sworn in.
Yes, Your Honor. Yeah. And you just pled true to the allegations. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're not trying to say you didn't do what they're alleging, correct?
Yes,
Okay. But while you've been on probation, besides these allegations, how do you feel that you've been doing?
I feel that I've been doing work. I know I made a mistake and I own up to my mistake and I take full accountability of it. I feel like I can complete my probation and get it done with and, go about my business. I feel like I did everything, but one thing I did was catch a charge. I was paying, I was reporting, I was testing my lawyers, so that's how I feel.
Okay. That's what I'm getting at. You feel like you've been doing really good on probation, except for this new charge that you've had.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you caught up to all your fees?
Yes, sir. I think I'm kind of like a couple months behind. But
Because you said you've been in jail.
Yes, sir.
But before you went to jail, you're okay.
Yes.
As far as community service, all the classes, everything you're supposed to be doing, you're up to date on that, you believe?
Yes, sir.
Now, obviously, since you've been in jail, you're behind on that, but when you went to jail, you were up to date.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Everything going good on probation.
Yes, sir.
You were checking in like you're supposed to,
Yes, sir.
doing everything you're asked to do.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And as far as these new charges go, you're going to face them and take care of them when the time comes for those, correct?
Yes, sir.
But you didn't want to waste this court's time anymore and wanted to be done with this, correct?
Yes,
Okay. And what are you asking the court to do in this case?
If I can get a chance to stay no good, ISF or anything else can do to stay on probation and get this out of the way.
Okay. So, and that's what I'm getting at. You're also willing, if the court wants to send you some kind of treatment program or something, well, first of all, if you decide to do that, you can't say no to it because it's his call. But you're willing to do that and willing to do whatever it takes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're going to cooperate with the probation department and do whatever you're supposed to do.
Yes, sir.
This incident happened on January 2nd, 2024. Yes,
Yes, sir.
it was at 4 o'clock in the morning. Yes,
Yes, sir.
at the Rolling Brook Apartments there in Baytown.
Yes, sir.
You were arrested not only for the offense that you pled true to, but also for evading detention with a motor vehicle.
Yes, sir.
At the time in which the officers responded to this, you were in that Kia Optima trying to move out of a parking spot without the lights on, basically just trying to avoid being detected, correct?
Yes, sir.
When they went to stop you, the officer saw you, you made eye contact, but yet you put the car in drive and tried to reverse out of there and avoid the officers where the evading came from, correct?
Yes, sir.
But they caught you within the apartment complex, didn't they?
Yes, sir.
Because you were trapped. Yes?
Yes, sir.
But for whatever reason, Harris County chose not to charge you with the evading, but the truth is that you're arrested for that. It's actually what happened. And all this was at 4 o'clock in the morning when you weren't even supposed to be anywhere near that location. You're supposed to have been at home, abiding your curfew.
Sir.
You were placed on probation for engaging. Wasn't that also because you were involved with others about burglaries of vehicle?
Yes, sir.
So you're telling this court that even though you got arrested and charged with it here in our county, given the opportunity to get probation, that you quote unquote learned your lesson by going to a different city and committing the same offense?
Yes, sir.
So one more time, Mr. Dell, why should we put you back on probation?
Because I know I can complete it. I made a mistake.
That's not a mistake, sir.
And
Or explain to him why you think that's a mistake.
I feel like it was a mistake because it was a poor decision I made. I was wrong for it, and I take full accountability, but I know I can make my position.
I don't have any other questions, sir.
Go ahead, Jeff.
More often this way.
Can I see the pre-sentence
I
report?
was looking for my copy. My nice probation officer has it handy.
Thank you.
Jeff.
Stand by, let me peruse for a moment. You have anything showing a probable cause affidavit on this new substantive offense that he's pleaded true to?
In all fairness,
Because I don't
Judge,
have anything in my file.
because I had this officer available to testify, I'm going to hand you his report. He's the main one. He was the one I was questioning.
How much was paid back on restitution, by the way, if anything? From probation, do we know?
Yes, sir. Nothing has been credited to the probation. I'm sorry, to the restitution. There's been a total of $704 paid. But I will amend it for it to go to restitution. If you choose to continue.
I had that officer and another officer on standby to come prove up these accusations, Chuck. Mm-hmm. I'm going to bring this other officer judge who details how to had to pin Mr. Dell in order to take him into custody. It also indicates the search incident to what was in his possession. Although it's not alleged, it's certainly of note too.
Looking at the earlier pre-sentence report, which shows the defendant was convicted in January of 24 for burglary of vehicles, convicted on June of 24 illegal possession of a controlled substance, and convicted in June of 24 for illegal possession of marijuana. And whatever happened to that July 9th, 2019 illegal carrying of weapons case out of Ascension Parish, Louisiana?
He has, three,
Where? They know where he is.
I'm sorry, 2 active misdemeanor warrants and 1 felony warrant. Ascension Parish.
And in this report, it states that in that Ascension Parish, Louisiana case, that the court proceedings began in 2019, at which time the defendant was arraigned and pleaded not guilty. However, he failed to appear for court on several occasions thereafter, resulting in a bench warrant being issued in 2021, which remained active. So he's got that going for him. Oh, man. Okay. Thank you. Here's this.
Thank you, Judge.
And then right. I'm looking at a Baytown police report dated January 2nd, 2025. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Which involves the matter allegation number 1, the defense pleaded treatment as motion to revoke probation. Let's see. I observed the subject attempting to drive off. Due to the positioning of Officer Peaks and my vehicle, the subject sideswiped a silver 4-door Cadillac before driving off towards the west side of the complex. The subject evaded about a quarter of a mile inside the complex, but was cornered near Building 2 and an emergency exit gate. He again attempted to make a way around patrol units, but was pinned in by Officer Peak and myself. Officer Peak used his vehicle to pin the front of his vehicle, and I pinned the front wheel well area. I exited my unit, threw down on the suspect who was moving to the front passenger seat. He began exiting the vehicle through the front passenger window, but was met there by Officer Peak, who took him to the ground. He was then handcuffed by Officer Mitchell. A backpack was removed from the subject. He was searched by myself and Officer Mitchell. I later learned that the vehicle the subject was driving was a fresh stolen vehicle. I later contacted the registered owner of the Cadillac, and she stated she wants nothing to do with the vehicle. The vehicle was registered to her, but was brought to her brother-in-law, who has since sold it. Completed an inventory of the subject backpack and found 3.8 grams with packaging of marijuana. I submitted for disposal, and the remaining items were submitted for safekeeping. Also, 2 pairs of shoes, 1 speaker, 2 cell phone charging cords, one vape, one Apple AirPod, black Apple iPhone with scratches all over it, one black Apple iPhone with a broken front and back, a screwdriver, and purple cotton sack with coins. End of. All right. Oh,
Another reason why under judges.
the, there we go. And this was just, another burglary, which is what he does. Hadn't learned a lesson on my watch here. You were committing that crime. How many months while on probation? Let's see. September, October, November, December, 4 months. All right. Anything else?
Not from the state judge.
What are you asking for? State and defense?
Judge, my opinion is that it would be a shame on us if we continue him on probation. Yeah, I've heard you say that same thing many times. And I take it to heart whenever you say not on my watch. And I feel the same way. We gave Mr. Dell an opportunity because his record did not show a felony conviction. It was a post PSI that gave us the detail of all the other crimes that he was accused of and the misdemeanors that he's been convicted of. But unfortunately, Mr. Dale did not get the message, did not make any serious attempt to complete probation, and it would be a shame on us if we don't send him to TDC. That's where he needs to go. My opinion is because he committed the same crime that it be for a period of at least 5 years.
Our position is to continue him on probation, Your Honor. He stated that has been doing well on probation, except for this new slip up that he did. He took responsibility for it. He's still got to face those charges for that as well. That's coming up after he leaves here. I assume that he's going to be heading over to Harris County. It is Harris County, right? No, it's
Yes.
I know it's Baytown, but I know part of Baytown's a chamber. So to take care of these charges, my request is keep him on probation upon resolution of whatever they do in Harris County for him. And assuming if they give him probation over there, run it concurrently, and go from there. And if not, if he gets prison out of Harris County, then when he gets off prison, back on probation and serve out the rest of this term.
Did you want to say anything, sir? You can if you wish.
I just want to say, I'm sorry, Your Honor. That's it. I have nothing else to say.
Anything else? If not, then I'm going to make the following findings, sir, that there is sufficient evidence supporting this motion to revoke unadjudicated probation, to grant it by a preponderance of the evidence or greater, as allegation 1 has been proven true in this hearing, and the court finds that your deferred or unadjudicated probation is hereby revoked. In this case, earlier, you pleaded guilty voluntarily to the 3rd-degree felony of engaging in organized criminal activity. You were mentally competent to do so. You understood and appreciated the consequences of pleading guilty. There was sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1 admitted here to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this 3rd-degree felony of engaging in organized criminal activity. I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of the offense, and I am hereby sentencing you to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 6 years. It's the same kind of wrongdoing within just a few months of us putting you on probation. Also, the judgment shall reflect restitution is owed in the amount of $3,883 to I want to make sure that the right people are named. Is it the 2 people named in the indictment? No, there isn't anybody named in the indictment, is there? restitution, and I always make a finding of restitution to be owed to a particular person. Who should I? Who should I place? Who is it?
I'm looking, Judge, I apologize. The named complainant is Jana Bearden. I'm looking at the report where I did the calculations that determined that. That is the person that should be paid to, Your Honor. If I remember right, there were other people, because it was engaging, there were multiple offenses, but the restitution we determined in that amount is due to Miss Jana Bearden, Beardn.
Say that again. Jana, Jana.
Yes, sir. Last name Bearden, Bearden.
Bearden.
Yes, sir.
What city?
I think that's Fort Natchez, Judge. Yes, it's a Fort Natchez report.
No doubt about it. From Fort
I have an address here. I prefer not to say it over the,
Fort Natchez, Texas.
but I have an address in the report, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else on this? That is all, sir. You have a right to appeal this matter. This was not an agreement.
Right.
So you have a right to appeal this revocation. Discuss that with your attorney. All right.